Welcome to SwimLifePro's video series on learning how to swim the complete front crawl. For beginner swimmers who are concerned with not being ready to start the front crawl, please check out our free video tutorial on the basics of buoyancy at www.swimlifepro.com. The front crawl is the most widely used stroke among competitive swimmers, as well as people seeking an effective and efficient whole-body cardio workout. The front crawl can be divided into four major parts: the head and body position, the flutter kick, the pull, and the side breath. These four parts encompass the entire stroke and must be performed in order to swim efficiently in the water. The most important aspect of the front crawl is having a correct head position and why it directly affects how your body rests on top of the water. Having a proper head and body position determines the overall balance and efficiency of the stroke. Without the correct posture, you will not be able to swim a proper front crawl. Think of your head as the steering wheel for your body in the water. Anything you do with your head directly affects your spine, which in turn directly affects what the rest of your body is capable of swimming correctly. While swimming the front crawl, it is important to keep your chin and eyes pointed towards the bottom of the pool. Your head should rest comfortably just at the surface of the water with your ears being submerged. Your head should remain stationary other than when breathing, despite a large amount of movement from the rest of your body. When your head is in the correct position, your spine will be straightened, allowing your hips to rise to the surface and your body to glide effortlessly across the top of the water. This will create an easier, more efficient stroke. While swimming the front crawl, you'll be using a motion called the flutter kick. This is a full leg kick that is derived from your hips and requires both relaxed knees and ankles to perform effectively. The flutter kick can be divided into two different parts: the power phase, which creates the majority of the forward velocity of the kick, and the recovery phase, which resets your leg in preparation for the next kick. During the power phase, notice how the downward beat of the kick creates a whip-like motion. When doing this kick properly, your legs will work in a similar manner. The whip is slowest at the base, your hips, and fastest at the tip, your toes. When relaxing your knees and ankles, the density of the water will force your toes to flatten, or point, and your legs to slightly bend at the knees. As your thigh reaches full downward extension, your lower leg and foot will quickly snap downwards, creating the desired whip effect that is needed to propel you through the water. During the recovery phase, notice how your leg cannot bend past what your knee allows. As your leg raises towards the surface of the water, your knee will remain straight but not locked. The height of the upward motion will reset the kick, bringing your leg back to the beginning of the power phase. When performing the flutter kick, your legs should move in opposition of one another, with both feet and knees staying in line with the opposite leg. When one leg is kicking downwards, the other should be kicking upwards. Kicking evenly with both legs will help balance your entire body for the front crawl. The flutter kick should not have any effect on your upper body. Finding the right speed for your kick is a matter of testing it in the water. Remember, swimming is a workout. The flutter kick is a quick-paced, continuously repeating rhythmic motion that does not stop until you stand up. You should expect your leg muscles to burn when doing this kick correctly. The front gliding kick is a good drill for beginner swimmers to learn proper posture in the water. Place both hands on top of each other above your head, arms straight, and kick off from the wall. To keep things simple, work on only one thing at a time. First, ensure that your chin and eyes are pointed towards the bottom of the pool with your ears being submerged. Feel as your body slowly raises towards the surface of the water. Next, add your flutter kick for a short duration. If done properly, you should notice that your whole body will rest just at the surface of the water, which is vital to the overall stroke. When swimming the front crawl, you'll be using a motion called the front crawl pull. This is a full arm pull that is derived from your shoulders and chest. Similar to the flutter kick, the front crawl pull can be divided into two different parts: the power phase, which creates the majority of the forward velocity of the pull, and the recovery phase, which resets your arm in preparation for the next stroke. In addition, the power phase of the front crawl pull can be broken down into three separate, yet equally important parts: the catch, the mid-pull, and the finish. At the beginning of the power phase, the catch is designed to prepare your arm for a strong mid-pull and finish. Start the catch by extending your arm comfortably forwards as if you were trying to touch something just out of arm's reach, fingers pointed straight in the direction you were swimming. Begin the catch by lowering your hand and elbow towards the bottom of the pool, widening your wrist away from the center of your body as you pull your arm towards your feet. Your fingers should remain straight with your wrist firm. At the end of the catch, your arm should be bent slightly at the elbow with your fingers pointed straight towards the bottom of the pool. The second most powerful part of the power phase arm is the mid-pull. The hand of the mid-pull is designed to pull flat against the water towards your feet in a large sweeping motion. Begin the mid-pull by driving your upper arm backwards to full extension, keeping your forearm, wrist, and hand pointed straight and firm towards the bottom of the pool. Make sure to keep your arm bent slightly at the elbow for the entirety of this phase. During the mid-pull, your hand will follow a shallow S motion. This motion should feel natural as your hand travels through the water and should never be forced. At the end of the mid-pull, your upper arm should be extended back towards your feet just at the surface of the water, with your hand and fingers continuing to point firmly towards the bottom of the pool. The third and final part of the power phase for the front crawl pull is the finish. Simply put, the finish is designed to complete the power phase. Start by sweeping your hand back towards your feet to full extension. Remember to keep your hand flat against the water for the duration of the power phase. Your hand should be pulling as much water as possible up until the moment it exits the water. By the end of the finish, your arm should be straight and fully extended at the surface of the water, palm facing upwards and fingers pointed directly backwards, similar to the beginning of the catch. The recovery phase for the front crawl pull utilizes a whole arm, high elbow rotation that begins at the very end of the power phase. The recovery is designed to reset your stroke in preparation for the next pull and should never assist in making you move forwards or backwards in the water. At the beginning of the recovery, your palm should be facing upwards with your arm at full backward extension. Start by raising your whole arm out of the water, bending your arm at the elbow and relaxing your hand. Make sure to maintain a high elbow position as you drive your hand towards the front of your body, keeping your palm facing backwards. Your hand should follow a shallow U shape as it extends through the recovery phase. As your hand extends forwards in front of your body, dive your hand just below the surface of the water, extending your arm as far forwards as comfortably possible. This will offset your shoulders, bringing your fingers to a point in front of your head, with your palm facing down towards the bottom of the pool in preparation for the next power phase. Make sure to include all parts of the front crawl's power phase in your pull: the catch, mid-pull, and finish. It is very easy to forget to finish your strokes. Rather than short, quick strokes for your front crawl, focus on creating longer strokes. At least one arm should always be in power phase at all times, allowing you to keep a consistent pace in the water. For learning the side breathing of the front crawl, please make sure to check out our second video of the front crawl series, as well as our other video tutorials on each of the 6 official strokes and treading water at www.swimlifepro.com.